welcome along to League of Europe Season 9, round number 8 of the season. Time is flying about by already. We head to a circuit which is known by a lot of drivers, and it's where Formula 1 are for the first race of the season. It is, of course, the Bahrain International Circuit, designed by Hermann Tilke back in 2004, where it ended up in a Ferrari 1-2 with Michael Schumacher taking the win there. It became a night race back in 2014 at the start of the hybrid era, where we saw some epic duels, including Lewis Hamilton versus Rosberg, and more recently in the last few years, Hamilton versus Verstappen and Leclerc versus Verstappen. I wonder what we're going to see tomorrow. I wonder if we're going to see Alonso versus Verstappen. We'll have to wait and see. My name is Jess Ball, I'm on my own again today, and the most exciting thing about tonight's race is a sprint format once again. So, one-shot qualifying, then after that we got a 10-lap sprint race, and then a 29-lap feature race. However, before we head to the one-shot qualifying, let's briefly go through the results from last week, where we saw Sergat take a very good victory around Canada. It was actually quite a good race, actually, to watch. A very, very good spectacle. D-Mott's got P2, and it was Ryan Belshaw who got P3. Ryan Belshaw, one of my drivers of the day, he had a very good start as well. So Chill, Sergat, D-Mott, and White Wai are your top four in the standings. Chill leading by 1 point over Gats. It's going to be quite close there. Cam in 5th, Ryan Belshaw in 6th, Guapo in 7th, MCR 8th, Connor O'Keefe in 9th, Lars in 10th. We've got Jadek, Harry, Matt Tibos, it's Ryan B in 6th, not Ryan Belshaw. Ryan Belshaw's in 14th. George Gamer in 15th, Julie Shea in 16th, Cookie Caller Kicker 17th. Then we've got Saronte. Saronte's not here tonight again. We've got Aledi, Harry F, Melty, Bowser, Damon, Ben Scott, and Stomper. So, we're about to get underway very quickly because it is going to be one shot. Now, a few things to watch out for, which I'll pick up in the lap. Quite a few places where you can invalidate. It is a high elevation circuit, so there's going to be a lot of downhill sections where if you go on the curb, it causes you to spin and go into Narnia. So, we'll keep an eye on that. The pole time in real life was a 1:29.7. But I know we're going to get much quicker than that on this game, on F122. So we may as well go on board with someone right now for their hot lap. So we'll go on board with Guapo as he heads towards the start-finish straight. 8th gear here. You're going to be travelling over 300 kilometres an hour. Lay on the brakes as you go very, very tight into turn 1, this right-hander. Be brave through the kink that is turn 2 and glow flat out and rise uphill towards turn 3 with the DRS activated. Then you're going to be getting loads of overtakes here. Brake at turn 4 just after the 100-metre board. Flip the car to the right. Drift out wide a little bit and be careful that you don't exceed track limits through here, as we've seen a lot of invalidation in the past. Heading towards the sand dune section of 5, 6 and 7. Dab on the brakes as you hit the braking zone of 8. Downshift to second gear. Be gentle with the throttle on exit. You don't want to go wide here. Next few corners are arguably the most difficult on this circuit. You have to brake downhill through 9 and 10 with a double sweeping left-hander. You're then approaching another DRS zone for the 3rd time on this lap. And you're going to be heading down towards turn 11 in just a second. As you can see, Guapo using as much curve as he can. 4th gear through here, and then 5th on exit. You head through turn 12. Important to not to touch the curve. And then you're going to be heading towards turn 13. If you're feeling brave a little bit, aim and clip that curve on the right. Now, no DRS. You're relying on straight line speed and ERS to carry you through. You're heading towards turn 14 and 15. Effectively one corner as you finish off this lap. We'll see what Guapo can do on his time lap. He's not pole at the moment, but it is J-Luke that is on pole with a 1:28.1. Now, I believe J-Luke got pole in the last sprint race, so he's a sprint merchant, but we'll see what he could do. MCR, though, will be the last driver to cross the line here today. So we'll go through your results then for one-shot qualifying. It does go thick and fast. So J-Luke on pole with a 1:28.169. 15 thousandths at Chill, so that's quite close. I think we're going to see a great battle between those two. And then we got Guapo in 3rd, YHYY in 4th, Sergat in 5th, Ryan B in 6th, Caller Kicker in 7th. We got D Mort in 8th, Cam in 9th, and then we got Julie Show in 10th. Then we got Aledi in 11th, Connor O'Keefe in 12th, Damon 13th, Harry in 14th, Lars in 15th. He is reserved tonight in the McLaren. Melty in 16th. Melty was the first person to say hi in chat. Hi Melty, how you doing? And then we got Bouter in 17th and MCR in 18th. Only 18 drivers tonight. Better than some divisions tonight, because in D4 the attendance is not looking too great. So at least D3 is pretty decent in terms of attendance, which is great to see. I believe D2 also has 18 drivers tonight as well. So this track then is 15 corners, 6 to the left, 9 to the right, a clockwise circuit. Race distance around about 156.948 kilometers an hour. Lap record set by Pedro de la Rosa with a 134.447. The first winner, like I said, was Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. Last winner was Charles Leclerc back last year. Who's going to win tomorrow? We'll have to wait and see. Number of Grand Prix held around about 17, 18 around it. And it's been hosted on many layouts around it. Obviously the main layout that the drivers will be racing at today. And then we got the endurance layout. I don't get why the endurance layout was raced in Formula 1. I think it was back in 2010. I didn't like it. It wasn't great. But one of my favourite layouts was the outer layout. The 2023 Sakia Grand Prix was absolutely electric. I know. I was a bit heartbroken when George Russell got a puncture and he got screwed in the pit stops. But, you know, it happens. But Sergio Perez got his first F1 win there, which is a good memory. And, yeah, I think that race helped him get that Red Bull seat, if I'm honest. And he's doing well in Red Bull at the moment. So there you go, time to change. So we will go through your tyres, but I think apart from one driver, everyone's gone the mediums. Melty, I don't know why he's gone the hards, because he's only going to have one set of hard compounded tyres to last for the whole weekend. And you've got to use 2 different tyre compounds for the race. So does that mean that Melty is doing a 2-stop for the 50% race? I think that might be the case, but I'll have to double check that. But Melty starting in P16, maybe he wants to have a little bit of a gamble in terms of the strategy here today. But I just hope he has some hard tyres left, because if not, he's going to be screwed and he'll have to do a 2-stop. Don't say I didn't warn you, Melty, but I have seen someone do it before in one league, someone I know, and he thought he was going to have an extra set of hards for the race and 2 set of mediums, but no, you only get 1 set of hards for the weekend, but you might have gone for a harder option. You never know, because you are allowed to obviously select your tyre compound for the race. So, 10 laps await our drivers. We got an AlphaTauri on pole position. In just a minute after the sprint race, we'll go quickly through the constructors, but you can see Williams doing quite well in the constructors as well. And obviously Mercedes not that far behind. Quite a few teams in there. And we've got Alfa Romeo scoring some decent points last week. But with Harry F scoring 2 points as well. With Ryan Belshaw scoring 15 points. How they're going to do tonight remains to be seen. But I don't think Ryan Belshaw's here tonight. No, he's not. I think only one Alfa Romeo is here tonight, and that's Mr. Bouter. So good to see him reserving today. And let us know your predictions for the sprint race. Don't forget, 10 down to 1 point is the sprint points for the race. So 10 drivers will be getting points to start off their night. And then obviously there'll be normal points for the 50% race. So the 5 red lights coming up on your screen right now. J-Luke is on pole position. Is he going to get a good start off the line? And it is lights out, and away we go. And it's a decent start from J-Luke. Chill not the lesser starts there. Guapo's got a better start. Ryan Belshaw's had a lightning start as they all make their way down towards T1. Chill down the inside of J-Luke then as they head towards the kink of turn 2 and 3. But J-Luke gets a switch back and trying to get P1 back off Chill there as they head towards the DRS end of turn 3, heading towards turn 4 now. We'll see try wide, maybe go down the inside there as well. Chill wants to get that P1 back, it looks like, as they head past turn 4, heading towards turn 5, 6 and 7 then. A little bit of dab on the brakes here. You got to be careful as you go through here for this double right-hander. And J-Luke has stayed in the lead. It was almost an AlphaTauri 1-2 there. but they're all line astern at the moment, all in that same train, which is great to see. I spoke too soon. Someone's gone for a little bit of a spin. That is Damon in the Alpine that has lost it. So, unfortunately, his race has gone to a bad start, and yeah, he's not going to score any points in the sprint race if this continues. No pit stops, don't forget, in the sprint race. So if you pit, it's for damage, or maybe people would like to put under a safety car and go and put on a set of softs on, because I believe the softs can last 9 laps as well. But it obviously depends on the sprint. It may last a bit shorter in a sprint race format. DRS will be activated in around about a couple of laps' time. And one thing I was looking at actually is in Formula 3, they activated it a few laps earlier. They activated on lap 2, which is quite interesting. I'm wondering if they're going to do the same for F1 this season. I need to double check that. But lap 2 then, J-Luke still leads, 3/10 gap over Chill right now. YHYY in 3rd. And there's a little bit of timing glitch on my screen because it's still, for Julie showing Cam, the timings are a bit weird. But we're going to ignore that for the time being. Julie Shaw having a very good showing so far. He is now full-time in the Alpine, which is great to see because he was attending quite regularly as reserve, so they put him full-time. That's the reward you get if you consistently turn up as reserve. So good to see him in the points at the moment. He'll be scoring 2 points if the race finishes the way as it does, basically. As you can see, Sir Gap not having the best of qualifying sessions in one shot. Maybe one shot not his thing around Bahrain. In many games, it is mainly favoured towards the people that have ABS on, which, to be honest, I have to agree, to be honest, because you can go a bit later on the brakes, but, you know, and the question is it a pad favourite track or a wheel favourite track remains to be seen as well, but we'll keep an eye on it. YHYY is almost out of ERS compared to the likes of Chill. Chill is still keeping in range of J-Lid then, so we're going to see him activate the DRS as we head towards turn 2. So the detection point will be at the end of turn 1, and we can potentially see Chill fight back. He was using a bit of ERS when he was fighting with J-Link, but J-Link was using more to defend, so DRS is enabled then. So the Williams driver currently P1 in the standings. He wants to keep it that way. And he's going to use the DRS. Yes, he is. He's saving a bit of ERS for the perfect moment. He's quite happy keeping it in 2nd at the moment. As long as he gets a little bit closer, he's absolutely fine. He can use that DRS to gain a bit more slipstream than he needs to as well. Let's see who has gained the most positions so far then. I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go. So D-Morse has gained 3 places. Harry has gained 6 places. MCR has gained 7. And we've got Lars, Melty and Walter gaining 3 spots. Biggest losers, corner kicker down 10. So he must have had an awful spin or something. Might have made contact with Damon. I don't know. But it's too hard to judge. Obviously, the stewards are coming down very hard in terms of obviously track limits tonight. So make sure they don't go too wide as they head through turn 12. Because otherwise they're going to gain quite a bit more time through here. Chill's gained a bit more time as well. He's lining up for a moving towards turn 1 in just a moment. But he's got to time it just right so he can also get the DRS heading through 3 and 4. So we'll see what he can do. Lovely helmet that Chill's got on, by the way. So Chill then, he's going to get the slipstream as he heads towards turn number 1. But should he really be doing that? I thought he would want the DRS going through 3, but he's timed it right through here, heading towards T1. Good slipstream, and he's got the lead of the race. J-Luke has gone a little bit deep there, which has allowed his teammate to join the fight as well. J-Luke almost losing DRS to Chill right now, which is not helping him at all. He is still using the DRS, but YHYY obviously a bit quicker around this sector. So we'll see if there's going to be any team orders compared to those two. Think there might be, but we will see. Yellow flag, that is Damon has had a bit of a spin again. So I wonder if he's going to call it quits for now. Another yellow flag, that is Harry. That's gone for a bit of a spinneroony as well. So again, I thought he would be strong around this track. It's one of his favourite tracks. He did well there in D4 last season. But obviously it's a higher division. It'll be a bit more difficult for the drivers to manage. As you can see, a lot of drivers getting some slipstream here as well. This is quite hard in terms of being very understeery these next 5 corners. So you don't want to be on the throttle too much, because that's also that can send you to a spin too. Damon struggling at the back, but Demort lining up for a move against Guapo next. McLaren versus Ferrari. McLaren being one of the slowest teams in real life in qualifying. Spoiler alert, but Aston Martin looking good here as well as he passes Guapo up into 4th place. Demort's doing a decent job in the championship on 94 points. Has got 4 podiums in a row. Looking to make a 5th. Maybe could he get 2? 1 in the sprint and 1 in the feature. We had Connor and Mr. Valter in the background going side by side. So Connor O'Keefe is now up in a 2-12 position. But you don't get points for P12 in a sprint race, unfortunately. You get no points for that. You had to gain 2 more places, and that's the case. So Damon has got a 5. Yeah, Damon has retired. Not that surprising. I wonder if he's got some rear wing damage from that. Not much battling is happening at the front. It's around about a 9/10 gap between Chill, J-Luke and YHYY. Demort is out of DRS to YHYY. Same with Guapo. So that's Ryan B's chance to potentially gain some more positions. Connor O'Keefe having a battle with Lars now up to 11th. Connor O'Keefe suddenly starting to get quicker all of a sudden. Maybe with the slipstream. Or maybe he's just quicker. Maybe he got held up. Maybe near the back also. But Connor and Lars nearly hit each other there. That was quite tight. Luckily, it didn't involve in an incident. But obviously, it'll be up to the stewards to decide that one. And someone's binned it. That's Lars. Lars has binned it on the final corner in the wall. Now, did that look like a rage quit? I don't know, or did he just lost it on his own? I think he lost it on his own. He caught it on the power too early there. So Lars, unfortunately, in a dismal 16th, even though he's reserving tonight, not where he wants to be, even though he's currently 10th in the championship. J-Link's starting to close the gap between himself and Chill. Chill still leading the way. And I think Chill wants to score as many points as possible, even though he's harvesting energy at the moment, whereas everyone else around him, especially YHYY, is saving. YHYY is on 40% energy right now. So if I was YHYY, I would wait until the last few laps to gain a bit of energy and then use it on the final few laps to maybe get past maybe your teammate. But don't obviously screw your teammate, because you don't want to have 0 cards in the points in the sprint race. So they're definitely working together. I could definitely tell by the way they're driving at the moment, which is great to see. You are allowed to help your teammate in this league. So, ones who I think that need to step up a bit more and gain more places, Sir Gap. He's not within the range of Ryan B at the moment. He's within 4 attempts, but you really need to be around about 2 attempts to really go for the move, which is not, unfortunately. So I think if he wants to close up to 2 in the championship, he needs to get on the podium, but he needs a miracle of a sprint race. Has Cam down the inside of Julie Show, up in a 2-8 position then. Cam doing a decent job, gaining 1 place, placing in P5 in the standings. He was near the front of the standings at the beginning of the season, but there's certain tracks where he did struggle a little bit, but he's been a bit consistent as of late. He scored 12 points last week in Canada, so he will take that any day. But surely he would have wanted a podium too. I wonder if people are going to start really going for it on the final lap, because they already decided to save. With many sprint races, I think one of the sprint races I was commentating this season, I believe it was with Nolan, I said, they're not going to take... No, it wasn't LOE, it was another league. It was... I was commentating with Aiden Carter, and I said, they're not going to take risks. It's a sprint race. And then they ended... And it was around Silverstone. Or it was I don't know which track it was, but it was near the beginning of the season anyway. And they did not take risks at all. They, people spin, they were having incidents everywhere, and yeah. But I think a lot of people are just not taking risks. They're playing it safe, making sure that they start in a good position for the feature race coming up in just a few laps' time. And I think it could stay as it is. But Rajwar White is hungry for it. The more points you gain, the better. No track limit penalties at the moment, though. So that's great to see from the drivers that they're keeping it clean in terms of track limits. I wonder if some people, though, are on a few warnings apiece. Yellow flag set to 1. That is not Demors because he's in 4th. That is Corner Kicker. So he's now down into last place. Melty not having a great race either. Everyone just closing in wide, losing a bit of time to J-Luke, actually. So he was struggling a bit in turn 10, so I wonder if he was late on the brakes and had a bit of a lock-up, potentially. But he's still got time to close in a little bit, you never know. As we're about to start the penultimate lap of this race. Welcome to Division 3. We got myself taking you through the action. And don't you go anywhere after this, because we've got the feature race, the 50% race, 29 laps that will await our drivers. And the mandatory pit stop awaits. Who's going to get the points today in the sprint remains to be seen. As no moves being made at the front. It's all been very stale at the moment, but they don't want to be involved in a collision that could affect them in the feature race later on. As someone almost had a bit of a moment there. There was one of the Red Bulls. I think that was Ryan B. Meanwhile, Corner Kicker and MCR going side by side through turn 2. I said there may not be action, but MCR and Connor O'Keefe were like, hold your horses, we will provide you some action. Turn number 4 they go then. We got Connor O'Keefe holding his line to the right-hand side. MCR to the left-hand side, but MCR did not get the move done, unfortunately. Maybe the next lap, I think. They will potentially go and make the move. Got the Alfa Romeo Valter as well. Wanted to join in the party. This is a battle for the final points paying position here today for the sprint. Maximum points will belong to P1 in 10, with 10 points. Second place, 9, etc. All the way down to 1 point for 10th place. Valter's got some brilliant straight line speed here going through turn 11. Very windy here as well. And if you have an understeer setup, that is where you're going to struggle. A lot of people will have designed their setups to gain a bit of straight line speed through here. So we'll see what Valter can do. This corner definitely reminds me of China in a way as well. Apart from there was a hairpin, but there we go. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead as J-Luke has closed up into T1. They're both reusing their ERS and they're running out. This is J-Luke's opportunity to go for the race victory here and get the maximum 10 points, but he's not going to. The lack of energy, the lack of ERS deployment is not helping him here. Through the sand dune section for the final time this sprint race. And they're just going to keep it steady, keep it calm and collected. The two drivers are a class of their own at the moment. And it's like, oh no, Sir Gat has had a bit of a spin. And he's not going to get any points in the sprint race now. As he's on the sand dune section. MCR will get the final point now. That is gutting. Absolutely gutting. Julie Show and Cam are having a nice battle as well for 7th. Will Julie Show gain a great straight line speed to get past Cam? And is he going to be brave? Ooh. He's going to try a creative approach. He may try and go the long way around through here, but I don't think he's going to do so. He's not. So we'll see how that materialises at the end of the race as Chill started in 2nd place, overtook J-Luke and had a nice battle with him. Chill wins the sprint race here in Bahrain. J-Luke in 2nd, Wajwarai completes the top 3. Demors will be starting 4th, Guapo will be starting 5th, and Ryan B will be starting in 6th. Cam in 7th, Julie Show 8th. Connor and MCR will claim the final point in the sprint race. We're just waiting for Lars, Melty, and Cooler Kicker to make their way across the checker flag. Not the races they would have wanted to happen, but still they got the one advantage is they've got the second opportunity of the feature race to really start to get the better results. They probably know what they could do better. And don't forget the results of the sprint race decide the grid for the 50% race, which is coming up in just a moment. And MCL got driver of the day at that one. Now we're going to pick driver of the day for the whole weekend because that's probably a bit easier. But we'll look at your sprint then. So there is your sprint results. So Chill will be starting on pole with J-Luke in second. YYY will be starting third. D-Morts will be starting in fourth. Guapo in fifth. Ryan B in sixth. Cam in seventh. Julie Show 8th, Connor O'Keefe 9th, MCR 10th, Mr. Bowser 11th, then we got Harry, Sagat, Helene, Lars, Melty, Cooler Kicker, and Damon. Damon unfortunately retiring in the pit lane. I'm going to be taking a quick short break so I can rest my voice and get a drink, and then we'll be underway for the 50% race around the Sakhir International Circuit. We will see you in a bit. Right then, welcome back then. We just had the sprint race and it went quicker than I thought. We saw Chill take the sprint race victory and he'll be starting on the hard compounded tyres. We'll go through your tyre choices. Chill on the hards. J-Luke will be starting second on the hards as well. YYY on the mediums. D-Morts on the hards. Guapo on the mediums. Ryan B on the hards. Cam on the hards. Julie Show on the hards. Connor O'Keefe on the hards as well. And we got quite a few people that got disqualified in a formation lap, which was Valter and Harry, but there we go. MCR on the mediums. Sagat on the hards. Leddy on the mediums. We've got Lars on the mediums. Melty on the softs. Well, that's the price you pay, Melty, for starting on the hards in the sprint race. There we go. You realise you could use the hards, eh? Cooler Kicker is on the hards and Damon on the softs. Well, to be fair, Damon has nothing to lose, so I can understand why he wanted to go on the hard compound tyres, but we'll see. So we got all 3 different compounded tyres used for today's 50% feature race. Chance for the likes of Sagat, who's currently sitting P2 in the championship, to do a lot better. Currently in 13th place. He should really be in P1, near the front. Melty, of course, not doing too well. Harry not doing too well. You know, MCR down in 10th as well. Not where he wants to be. Quite a few people are not where they should be either, but Obviously, Damon needs to perform a better race. Cooler kicker, unfortunately, had a spin. Unfortunately, obviously, you can't change this up in the race, so you just got to learn and deal with it. So, we are about to get underway. Thank you to everybody that is watching the 50% race at the moment. Damon was the last person to come across the line. 5 red lights about to come on your screen soon. There we go. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are underway here for the feature race. Let's hope that's a good start this time. It is Chill has got a good start. But J-Luke alongside, heading towards turn 1, is kind of like a replica to what we saw last time around. But why having the better line than compared to J-Luke then. And he's already got past his teammate. J-Luke, not the best to run into turn 1. But Guapo also had a good one as well. He could get past J-Luke. Yellow flags in the background, so not as clean compared to the sprint race. As we've got Judy Show going a long way round as well. As him and Cam not in the best of starts. Letty getting past quite a few cars actually. Letty had a really good start. That's all. We got one more time and we got Router that's out of this race. Guapo, who's had a bit of a spin unfortunately. And we've got a VSC already. So they will have to keep to a certain delta because otherwise they'll get a drive-through penalty. Now, of course they would take a lot more risks in this feature race because they get more points because obviously P1 gets 25 points and the top 12 score points. If you get fastest lap inside the top 12, you get points as well. Our soft runners, by the way, moved up to 12th and 13th, so hopefully maybe their risky strategy could pay off a little bit. We'll look at position changes as the action quietens down a bit. And Letty up 7, by the way. Damon up 6. Melty and Corner Kick up 3. So Gap up 2. Connor Keith up 4. YYY up 1. Guapo, the biggest loser, down 12. Harry down 4. So when will the VSC end? Right now then. And we'll see if has anyone got drive-throughs. No one's got drive-throughs, which is great to see. As they are back underway racing. Chill leads from YYY in second. J-Luke in third. YYY probably doing a lot better because he's on the medium compounder tyres, whereas his teammate J-Luke is on the hard compounder tyres. Bearing in mind the delta is going to be very interesting. It's around about 6/10 of a second per tyre. So you lose about 6/10 if you're on the hards compared to the mediums, but J-Luke has just got to keep in mind that you'll be on the better tyres at the end, same with Chill. So they're going to be very, very patient. So even though YYY will be quicker now, it's one thing on catching up to a driver, it's another thing on trying to pass them. So we'll see what they can do. As I think Harry just lost a place there, so Harry has not had the best of races either. We're down to 17 runners due to Valter's retirement. We've had plenty of quite good battles around here, like we were saying with 2014, 2020 as well. And obviously in 2007, in the Bahrain Grand Prix, Fernando Kimi and Lewis Hamilton were all equal on points at the top of the championship. And the last time that happened back then was in 1950 after the Indy 500, when the Indy 500 was back on the Formula 1 calendar. But obviously the Indy 500 isn't on the Formula 1 calendar, it's on the NASCAR calendar, or IndyCar, I don't even know. I think it's IndyCar calendar, there we go. But anyway, YYY is looking like he's going to get the lead from Chill down the inside then, as YYY is looking to continue where he left off in the last race. He finished third, but he wants to do better than that. He wants to take the win, his last win. Well, he did very well in the China sprint race. Scored 29 points as well. And his last podium was in Kota, round number 6. So surely he wants to close in on the championship quite a lot. Still anyone's game. He's got D Morts behind as well as his teammates. So he's got to do a lot to try and catch up to him in the championship, but anything can happen. As Melty is having a battle with Lars in the background. I know it's for P16, but I want to try and capture quite a lot of battles on the grid. As DRS is enabled, so Melty can get a bit of slipstream through here. as we head towards turn 11. We're trying to see which driver is using a bit of curb and which is not. I don't tend to use a bit of curb, and that's probably why I lose a lot of time. But if I do that, I end up spinning. So, yeah, a person like me has got to be, I think, a little bit more confident by doing that. But, oh, we've got Guapo closing in on Harry there in that part of the track. He could go for it, dive up the inside into turn 14 and 15, which effectively is one corner. But he's not going to do so. But meanwhile, let's get the battle for the race lead. Chill and White holding their nerve at the moment. But let's keep an eye on Guapo and Harry then. Down the inside into turn number 1. We got Corner Kicker Days boxed in right in the middle of this. But he's starting to pull away because these two were squabbling. We also had Damon and Gap battling as well. Someone's in the wall. Someone is in the wall. That is Melty. That's had a moment. And unfortunately, his weekend has gone from bad to worse here. And he would probably want to get off those soft tyres ASAP, really. And Damon has had a bit of a spin as well through the exit of turn 8. So he's got a lot of work to do as well. But everyone else doing absolutely good. The top 3, by the way, are on fire because the gap between D Morts and J Luke's around about 2.3 seconds. So I think they're running in their little own DRS train to themselves. J Luke, by the way, purple in sector 2. Hopefully the game is not telling me porcupines. So we'll see then who is going to be favoured in this battle. So Chill, can he do all he can to get White, or is he going to be the patient man? Those mediums are going to pretty much be less optimal around about lap 11, 12. So that is when the medium runners will go into the pits. So Chill will be waiting ever so slightly for them. Lap 13 is predicted pit stop strategy to go onto the hards. And that's Damon has had a bit of a spin once again. It's a bit of a shame because Damon was performing well at the start of the race. He was keeping it clean, but he just got into his old habits, unfortunately, in spinning, which is a shame. We all want all of our drivers to do well, but unfortunately, some things come back to bite you. Down the hill, through towards turn 10. And they're all being very, very patient. I wonder if we're going to see that in real life, actually. Or maybe because potentially the cars are faster in real life, maybe we could see some more moves. As Damon makes it our second retirement. And he retires in the pit lane. So we're down to 16 runners. More retirements means more chance of people scoring points, but you don't really want to give up here. You want to try and gain as much time as you can on these straights, because that's where you gain the most time. So, Chill, he thought about it. He thought about a move down the inside, but he would lose out on the DRS detection point then. Very clever. Connor O'Keefe gets past D-Morts. He's having a great feature race, isn't he? Is D-Morts going to challenge him through turn 4? No, Connor O'Keefe has a DRS detection. He timed that overtake perfectly because Connor had the DRS, D-Morts did not. So, hold on a second as I sneeze. There we go. I didn't want you to hear the sneeze on camera because that would kind of be a bit embarrassing. But anyway, 5 tenths is the gap. Oh, someone goes a bit wide there as D-Morts and Connor O'Keefe are going side by side there. That is an open invitation for D-Morts to get past into turn 11. The Aston Martin did well in real life, and D-Morts is going to show that he's going to do well here in this feature race. Can he keep it there, or will Connor keep challenging? Is Connor starting to struggle on those hard compounded tyres? I think he might be. We're starting to see people take a few more risks here as they head towards a potential pit stop window in about 4 or 5 laps time. For the mediums at least, for White Draw White and Aledi. Jill is getting even closer and closer on White Draw White now. But question is, when is he going to go for it? He's not going to go for it, so let's keep an eye on Connor, keeping D-Morts again. Connor gets past D-Morts up to 4th. Ryan B could seize an opportunity for 4th place here. They're having a little battle of their own. They're in their own DRS train. And then we got Aledi just about behind him. Guapo, well, Guapo was having a battle with Sir Gat, and Sir Gat's hit the wall. And after his win last week, I think this race couldn't go any worse for him because it looks like he's not going to score any points this week. And oh, be careful, Sir Gat. You do not want to get a time penalty through there. That would be an absolute disaster if that happens. And that could, to be honest, that could definitely end in tears. So, White Y holding his nerve. And one thing that I've noticed around Bahrain, that these cars produce a lot more downforce from ground effect around these tracks. And the drivers hopefully will have a setup which will keep people competitive down the straight and glued in the long corners. You can see if the car is glued together in the right place, and if it's not, that's where you lose the time. And there are some camber moments around this track where you've got to be on the minuses, really, because otherwise you're going to struggle. And yellow flag. That is Sir Gat. Sir Gat's retired in the pits. So that's our 3rd retirement. So from hero last week to 0 this week for Gat. Luckily, because he retired in the pit lane, he is there's going to be no cause concern. There's going to be no safety car, which I think for White Worldwide, he'll be happy with that. But even if he pits now, I believe the Hards could get to the end of this Grand Prix. As I said, AI is parked on the right-hand side of turn 1. So, when will we start to see the hard tyres become fully operational? I think as soon as the gap closes down just a little bit more, that's when Jill could really fight for it. And White will have to pit at the right time where you just about hit the optimal pace. And then the lap later, that's when you probably struggle. So you'll pit a lap later and then you'll pit for a set of the hard compounded tyres. As someone has struggled. Who struggled? That's Aledi. Oh no, Aledi! Aledi has had a spin. He was doing so well. He was in the points. He was looking to score, I think, was it 5 points for 8th place? And now he's looking like he's going to score no points. I wonder if a lot of people are going to be struggling for grip out there. I think, to be honest, I think that's the case right now. So we will watch out very, very soon. Let's hope not many people do get involved in spins. As Sagat leaves the session, which is kind of expected right now as we're about to start lap 10. Gap's still pretty stable. And I'm sure YYY will be looking at Chill's mirrors like a tooth comb. And I think Chill does not have the best straight line speed to get past YYY. He has to rely on YYY's tyres being worse. But at the moment, his tyres are okay, it looks like, for YYY. So maybe this is YYY's track to deliver here. And the gaps are quite close throughout the whole field, apart from if you're the likes of Melty. So this is some really great racing. As we've got a battle for P8, they're going wheel to wheel, heading through the kink of turn 2 and 3 then. Guapo down the inside end through the right hand side of 3, heading towards turn 4 then with a DRS enable for Guapo. Guapo stays in 8th position then. What is MCR gonna do? Is he gonna hold his line through 5, 6 and 7? He stays behind for now. He could go for a send, heading towards turn 8. Thinks better of it. Nico Hulkenberg doing very well in qualifying in real life. Hashtag spoiler alert. So maybe MCR is replicating Hulkenberg's performance in qualifying. Remains to be seen. So, quieting down at the front. But just like in a lot of the races we've seen in LOE this season, that doesn't mean anything. It could get very, very spicy towards the pit stop phase, and it could get spicy now. At Chill, sorry, voice crack. Chill goes down the inside of White heading towards turn number 1. And this could be Chill's big break. But Chill had the door firmly closed by White there. But Chill's next opportunity will be through turn 4. And unfortunately it did not materialise, and he stays behind White. With a gap firmly like this, it does mean that the mediums are starting to struggle a little bit. So Chill with the DRS. He's not even using ERS, so maybe he's not that confident to get past White at this stage. You don't want to be overheating your tyre. You don't want to be too close, because even though they can drive closer on this game, that doesn't mean you could go right on the gearbox, which I really do hope that does happen in the future, because that could be some, I think, really insane racing. But unfortunately, these cars are not designed to do that, which I have to say is a bit of a shame. If you are liking the action, by the way, make sure you leave us a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell if you are new. We just hit 900 subscribers on our YouTube channel, so I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody who has been supporting this lovely league. It is a great league to race in, a great league to commentate on, and yeah, so make sure you do hit subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter at League of Europe. You'll get informed at when we race and the calendars and stuff like that. And there's a yellow flag that, oh no! So, what was looking like a comfortable podium for J-Luke, he's now dropped it down into 6th. Luckily, it was just a spin for J-Luke. But maybe struggle a little bit more compared to his competitors, or maybe just gone the power too early, we don't know. So now that promotes Connor O'Keefe to P3. That is incredible. And I know when I raced him in D4 last season, how he came from the back of the grid to near the front in D4 in Bahrain. So he does like this track. And I'll have to check where he started, actually. Where did he start? He started... Well, he gained 6 places. I believe he started 9th. So he is loving this race so far. But the gap that he's got between himself and Chill is quite big. It's around about 5.3 seconds. But we got another battle on our hands. No, we don't, because MTR will be going in into the pit lane. The first driver to pit from the medium tyres, and he is going to go on to the hard compounder tyres then. So onto the hards he goes for the rest of this race. And it will comfortably get to the end. No threat of punches. I managed to get my hard tyres, by the way, to last 21 or 22 laps before they were at punch territory. So I can do it. As Guapo down the inside of MTR. As Guapo with the warmer tyres, who pitted, was one of the first pit, actually. I didn't see that. That undercut worked wonders. Leddy also pitted, and he's going to have a nice battle with Melty. Melty, I believe, pitted again for another set of the soft tyres. So he's already used quite a lot of his softs already. I think he's got no more softs left. So the only tyre that he's got are the medium tyres. And imagine if there's a safety car, he's not going to have any softs left, which is going to be, oh my God, it's going to be, I think, the cruelest thing ever. For pretty much approaching half race distance, could we see the hard runners go for set mediums? Not that much pit window in between both of the tyres. So if there was a safety car now, they could pit for set mediums. The predicted pit stop strategy, according to my data that I have written down because I usually prepare for comms, is lap 16. Harry has got a 3-second time penalty added to his name. We do have 2 drivers that have got 3-second time penalties. Yellow flag. That is J-Luke. That is spun once again. So his race has gone from good to bad to worse. So surely he may think about pitting early because his hard is probably giving up the ghost and his hard is probably getting hot. So he probably wants to be on tyres to give him a little bit more grip. Or maybe he doesn't like the hard tyres. Most drivers will have one set of mediums left for the ones who started on the hards. I am surprised, though, that YYY is not pitted yet, but he's potentially got a comfortable gap that he's going to get past anyway. So, YYY then is in the pits for his one and only stop of the session. So what tyres is he going to go on to? It is going to be the hards. So where will that put him in this relation to Guapo, MCR and Melty? That will probably put him comfortably in front. So we'll keep an eye on YYY. He comes out of the pit lane. Yeah, he's got a really good gap, I think. Guapo's going in on the back straight. And YYY just heading towards turn 1 now. So, yeah. It just goes to show how well YYY's race is going. So you can see YYY trying to warm his tyres then. So it does take a longer time to warm up around here. So he's got a lot of work to do. However, never say never for the AlphaTauri driver. And he's definitely the favourite to win this race. As it stands, he's currently on 77 points. If he wins the race, if my calculations are correct, he would be on 102 points. And obviously with Sergat not scoring, that's huge. That is huge because he will be closing up to Sergat. Sergat will still be ahead of YYY, but not by much. Now Ryan B is pitting a lap earlier than I thought. So he's going for an early undercut then, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to go on to a set of the mediums. So is J-Luke as well. So those two pitting early. They think the early undercut is going to work for them. So Chill is still leading. He would benefit, I think, from staying out longer on those hard tyres. And then being able to push towards the end of this Grand Prix. But I'm not the strategist. He may come in at the end of this lap, which is what I'll probably predict anyway. So he's got a 5.4 second gap to Conor O'Keefe. It'll be interesting to see where Chill comes out in relation to YHYY. And apparently Damon has retired from the Discord, our LOE Discord, which is interesting. That's not good. But that means he probably won't be racing in LOE in the future because he's left the Discord. That will mean we have to find a new driver. Anyway, will Chill or Connor thinking about pitting? Chill is pitting. And I'm sure that everyone else is going to follow suit. No, D-Mort is not following suit then. D-Mort has decided to stay out, whereas his main rivals are coming in. Cam is staying out as well. So, are they praying for a safety car, or maybe they're going to stretch it out until the soft, which I have to say is a big ask if they do that, because everyone else around them is coming in for their stops. So, why then? Chill just about comes out ahead. So YHYY was leading, he overtook Chill, but that overcut is working, but YHYY is going to get a better grip because he's been on those tyres for 2 laps older than Chill. So YHYY retakes the lead from Chill. Like I was saying earlier, YHYY was able to get past Chill when he was on mediums. I think it could be the opposite. YHYY has got to pull off a massive gap to make sure that Chill stays behind them. And Chill's got to warm his tyres up to perfection and try and get past YHYY in order to take advantage of this. So we'll see. They do not want to squabble too much because it could end up in disaster. But these two holding their own. Definitely the class of the field at the moment. J-Lig, I felt like, would have been a class of the field, but unfortunately he's had mistakes of his own. But to be fair, he's down in 7th, so that is not too bad. It's a good comeback for J-Luke at the moment. As we've got D-Morts and Cam in the pit, so they'll be going on to the medium. So I believe everybody has done their mandatory stops. So D-Morts comes in, Cam comes in. So YHYY is going to be comfortably in the lead. Chill's going to have the DRS coming through to 1 and 2. So, is he going to go for it? Is he close enough? I think, to be honest, Chill is just lacking the straight line speed for now, which is absolutely annoying for the Williams driver. I'm going to see what's going on in D1, actually. They're on lap 17 and 29 right now. So, pretty much the same time as us. And I think there was a safety car. There was a safety car in D1, I believe, but I think there was one near the beginning. Simple Cucumber is leading the way, but he's been on those tyres for 16 laps, so you'll have to come in. So Selly is your net race leader in D1. So that was a D1 update, but let's draw you back to the action on D3. As YHYY has broken the DRS to Chill, but Chill is like, you know what, I want to have that DRS back, thank you very much. As Chill around about 9/10, he's got to find the straight line speed somewhere. And you can see in the background as well, your shot is about between Conor O'Keefe and Ryan B. Yellow flag. That was probably a phantom yellow flag, but that might have been a Letty somewhere. But Conor O'Keefe setting the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:31.284. So Conor could be in the mix before you know it as well. You never know. Safety cars could get him back in this. As all, I was going to take a sip of my drink, but there's a battle that's happening all of a sudden. Chill with a really brave move on YHYY there. Chill is your race leader on those mediums, so YHYY must have made a mistake. Chill caught YHYY napping there as Melty has had a bit of an off in the background in turn 1. But Chill is pulling away like a madman right now. He wants his race victory. He wants to extend his championship lead, and he is definitely doing that. And with that battle going on, it nearly spilled. I spilled a bit of my drink on my leggings, which is annoying. But luckily, it wasn't that much. But yeah, that was crazy, I have to say, between Chill and YHYY. As the gap is now 8 tenths, so Chill is pulling away. Connor O'Keefe then, 3.1. However, Connor O'Keefe does have the time penalty to his name. And it is, I have to say, it's very easy to get time penalties towards the end of the race. Julie Show down the inside of Guapo. So Guapo either lost it or Julie Show with the fresher grip. Medium tyres definitely benefiting from that. And it's a yellow flag set to 2 days Melty again. Oh, Melty. When I'm on my own, Melty always tends to have bad races, which is very frustrating. He might, yeah, I think, did he have a good race last week? No, he DNF'd. Okay, that explains it. So yeah, every race I commentate by myself in D3, he DNFs. So the curse is truly there, ladies and gentlemen, and Melty's gonna hate me, and he's gonna hope that I can get a co-com soon. So, and Melty is going into the pit lane, onto the mediums. Yeah, he's got no other choice. He's got, to be fair, he was on those softs for 12 laps. And the predicted lifespan is 9 laps. So I wonder if he got a puncher. Maybe, potentially. But anyway. About to start lap 21 and 29. Chill. I've decided, like, you know what? You're not having my DRS, ladies and gentlemen. But I think YHYY has just got the DRS. He is going to gain it here through this detection point. This could be a very spicy battle on our hands as well. I think Melty is going to be a lap down soon, which is, I think, I have to say, very, very cruel. And I always like commentating around this circuit because it's under the lights. And they obviously have to have a lot of floodlights here to obviously meet the FIA requirements. I did have some notes about this for the Singapore Grand Prix, about the amount of floodlights they have to have, but I don't know. And according to the website, by the way, there's over 4,700 staff working at this circuit on a Grand Prix weekend, including 1,800 police and security staff, 600 track marshals, and 25 doctors. And the main reason why it was held in floodlights in 2014, partially to provide a better spectacle and more comfortable conditions for spectators, but also to give the race a better time slot when important TV audience is in Europe. So, yeah. So, the European fans can thank the Bahrain people for putting this race at night, because it is at a decent time zone for us. It's not too early, it's not too late, it's just the right time. I think it's around about 3 o'clock tomorrow that the Grand Prix is on. Make sure you watch it, by the way, in real life, because I'm sure it's going to be very entertaining. And I really want to see Alonso do well in the Aston Martin. He only qualified 5th, so the hype train sort of died down a little bit. I thought he was going to get pole today, but he didn't. But hopefully his race pace will be a bit better. Meanwhile, the person in the Aston Martin at the moment, Corner Kicker, is kiting in P9. Guapo in P9 now as he goes down the inside of Corner Kicker. Corner Kicker having a much better race compared to the sprint race earlier. As unfortunately Guapo and Guapo's teammate Lars is not having the best of the race. I wonder if Corner Kicker is trying to get some temperature into the tyres. I think he might be. That could be a potential that it could happen, but you never know. 1.6 seconds. Chill must be loving life at the front in that Williams. So 1.8 seconds is a gap. If you just joined us, we're about to start lap 23. Chill is leading from White Ryan P2. Conor O'Keefe's got a 3-second time penalty. So it looks like Ryan B will be on the podium. Then it will be Demos, and then it will be Conor O'Keefe. J-Luke in 6th position at the moment. Cam in P7, Julie Show in P8, Guapo in 9th, Corner Kicker having a better race in 10th position. Those are your top 10 spots. Not much has happened between the pit stops, which means I think they're just waiting for someone to make a mistake in order for the results to potentially change. I think one thing that we can explain about this track is there's no rain. No, I don't think I've seen any races with dynamic weather that has rain around Bahrain. If anyone has experienced it, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, because I would like to see if anybody has had a dynamic weather race around Bahrain. I have had commentated on a wet race around Abu Dhabi. It was a sprint race, believe it or not, but it was a wet race, and yeah, I was quite shocked. I was very shocked. Oh, as Lars has come in then for Seb Soft, so he's not giving up. He wants to go for the fastest lap. So fair play to Lars, by the way, for keeping on circuit. I'm guessing he wants a full-time seat, so I think the more track time you get, the better, really. Even though he's going to be a lap down soon, he's just going to try and set some lap times to stop other people from getting fastest lap and to help his teammate for today, Guapo, a little bit. So, White struggling with his hard tyres at the moment. He's going to hope that Chill's medium tyres start to die soon, but it doesn't look likely at the moment. Conor O'Keefe still in 3rd, but he's got Ryan B chasing him down. Quite a few more moments to talk about as well, according to the circuit. Bahrain is one of only a handful of circuits where McLaren have not yet recorded the victory. Well, it doesn't look like McLaren are going to get it in real life or today, unfortunately. Well, I'm in the McLaren in Bahrain, so hopefully I'm not going to get the win, because there are some OP drivers in our division there. Everyone is just too fast, and then it's just me. So, yeah, I'm in the back, and somehow I just get points because there's people that win it. But, yeah, so somehow I do well in D4 in the McLaren, if that happens. I think I'm P14 in the standings, actually, in D4, so that's good. And one interesting fact, actually, less than half of the races held at Bahrain have been won from pole. Just 7 of the 18 races at the track have been won from the very front of the grid. The furthest back win here was from Sergio Perez in the 2020 Turkey Grand Prix. He started 5th. So there you go. So where did White start in the main race? He started 3rd, I believe. Yeah, he started 3rd. So, and Chill obviously started P1. So there you go. So Jill is doing what Charles Leclerc done last year and potentially going to get a victory here. So, on lap 25 then, anything can happen. I think at the end of lap 26 or 7, that would be, I think, the last opportunity for a safety car to happen. And to be fair, I hope a safety car doesn't happen, but it would potentially spice up the race a little bit. So I'm all for it. As Chill is saying, consistent lap times at the moment. So are anyone's tyres about to go on the edge of a cliff? Not at the moment. So unless people bid it, this could be our result here today. But there may be people saving a bit of ERS, saving a bit of tyre life until the end of the Grand Prix. We saw that in F2 sprint race today, where I think it was Dennis Hauger. Yeah, it was Dennis. It might have been Dennis. I think it was. Yeah, it was Dennis who saved a bit of tyre wear and pace And then at the closing stages of the Grand Prix, he got past Victor Maltans, and yeah. And that's what secured him P2. To be fair, good race from him. And Bouchon got his first ever F2 win as well around here, which is great to see. It's Conor O'Keefe getting past Y12Y. So yeah, I think that strongly suggests that these tyres just don't work well around Bahrain for a lot of people, which makes me worried about my race later on. That's why I like commentating before racing. It gives me an idea of what types of strategies I should do for the race. So, but yes, lap 26 of 29. And I think we could have a Conor versus Y12Y versus Ryan B. This is where I think everything's going to be turned up to an 11 here. So grab your popcorn. This race is definitely far from over, and it's going to be very, very exciting. Make sure you watch D3 for the rest of it. Just, who cares about Division 1? D3 is the most exciting division, I have to say. So check Division 3 out. But anyway, Ryan B is going to have DRS potentially. Let me just enable telemetry. There we go, so I can see if they enable DRS. Oh, they're very tight on the gearbox. This could be very exhilarating as they all make their way towards the kick of turn 3. Ryan B is going to have the better grip out of everybody. But Ryan B is definitely in a better position. So Ryan B has got to get past Y12Y ASAP so he can fight Conor O'Keefe. I have to say, all of this squabbling is helping Chill out, because he's like, you know what? You guys keep squabbling. I can chase for the lead. I can get this race victory quite comfortably. And to be honest, you know what? He'll take that, because he will score maximum points if this continues. And the top 3 doesn't seem to be struggling through this windy section. D-Mort's in this fight as well. This is definitely reminding me of the F2 sprint race earlier, when something similar happened where 2 people were squabbling and then a few drivers behind were able to catch up in that DRS train. That definitely reminds me of the F2 race from earlier. So, yes, very strange replica, I have to say. As D-Mort's looking for a move then. Is he going to go for it? Ryan B? No. What about Y12Y on Conor? D-Mort is looking like the best opportunity for a move. He is quick. He's got the freshest tyres out of everybody, so this could be his chance. Well, on the penultimate lap, ideally D-Mort's got to try and start making moves soon, but not take any risks. And could we see potentially people try and go for the double overtake? That could be a potential case around here. You never know. You never know what could happen here in D3. We've seen, to be fair, we've seen stranger things right now. So, through turn 10 for the penultimate time, through the tricky braking zone, and adding past turn 11 into 12. This is where people start to make more mistakes, because they've been in this race for a long time and their tyres could be falling off the edge of a cliff. So I am waiting to see what these drivers can do for the final lap. So Chill is going to start his final lap here today at the Bahrain Grand Prix. He's driven a near perfect race, and nothing's gone wrong for him. He always fears that safety cars could ruin his race. Luckily for him, there have been no safety cars. So let's jump on board with this battle whilst Chill was on the final lap. As Y12Y can't get past Conor, so Conor is going to drop down anyway due to his 3-second penalty. But he'll get P2 on the road, so I think it'll be Y12Y, Ryan B, D-Morts. And then so Conor will drop down to 5th, which I have to say is not too bad. Not too bad at all as Julie Show gets past Guapo. Very nice move from Julie Show, I have to say. Very solid points once again. He's, apart from USA, he scored points in most races that he's competed in, which is great to see. Like to see it. I really like to see an improvement from some drivers, and he's definitely showing it here today. So, for the final time then, Chill navigates through turn 14 and 15. He can celebrate early if he wants to, but he doesn't want to take many risks. Chill comes across the line, and he wins in Bahrain. Maximum points for Chill. Incredible. YY will come across the line in second, and Ryan B will get the final spot on the podium. D-Mort's winning another impressive fourth. Connor in fifth. J-Luke, what could have been? I think he could have been on the podium personally, but still, he had the pace to come back into sixth, so great result for him. Cam in seventh. Julie Show comes across the line in eighth. And we got Guapo, corner kicker. MCR comes across the line in 11th. And Aledi, because he's got no penalties, he will score your final point here today. So there he comes then. Congratulations to Aledi. Shame for Harry for not getting points, but at least he finished. And then we're just waiting for Lars. So, and by the way, if any of you D3 drivers are watching, no interviews, because my voice is dead. Absolutely dead. And I need to do a bit of practicing for D4 because I didn't have time to practice earlier. So, yeah. So, yeah, no interviews today because my voice is dead. But anyway, come on, Lars. There we go. He's coming across the line as I said that. And by the way, I'm just looking in the D3 Discord chat. J-Luke was saying he had no idea why he would spin twice. The car was just like, no. But sometimes it's like that. Bahrain is probably inconsistent that there's one lap where you could take it a particular line and it's okay. And then you take it the same line the next lap and then you spin. So, yeah, the car's just like, no. But anyway, here comes your race winner, Mr. Chill. This will be his third race win this season and his fifth podium. He is on a roll this season and he's looking like to be one of the favourites to take the D3 title. After tonight, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more races still to go. And plenty of drama could happen in those races. So, let's go through the results of the race. Here we go. So, Chill wins from YY in second, Ryan B in third. Then we got D-Mort's in fourth, Connor O'Keefe fifth, J-Luke in sixth, Cam in seventh. I have to tell Chill I'm not doing interviews because my voice is dead. There we go. I better stop talking in a minute. Okay. Guapo in 9th. Corner kicker 10th. MCR 11th. Aledi 12th. Harry 13th. Lars 14th. Melty 15th. Gat 16th. Damon 17th. And Balta 18th. We've had 3 DNFs. So, there we go. What a very good race as well. Really enjoyed that. I thought I was going to struggle in being commentary on my own. But to be fair, I like commentating around Bahrain, so that definitely helped a little bit. So, that is the end of Division 3 here this afternoon. Well, this evening. And we will, in just under 20 minutes, well, just over 20 minutes time, we will be heading on to Division 2 and Division 4 as they take to the circuit of the Bahrain for their sprint and feature race. You get to cheer me on as well. But yes. So I've been Jess Ball. Hopefully I'll have a co-com next week for the next round of the championship, Imola. That's going to be interesting. I like commentating it. I'm all for racing it. I just don't like racing it. I'm rubbish for some weird reason around there. I don't like it. But anyway, thank you for watching. See you next week. Have a good rest of your evening. Enjoy the other divisions if you want to watch those. And until then, stay safe and have a good evening and goodbye.